I have no clue why. Okay, there we go. It is 4:23. That is Jenny Mittich talking, and we are going to start getting into this book this early in the morning. Yeah, I know that thing doesn't really focus on that, but even though it is still dark out, we're going to start getting into the book. We're going to keep watching Jenny Mittich. She does more of the carnivore stuff. Let me see if I could zoom in on her. Okay, that's as good as we're gonna get. But she does more of the carnivore type stuff, so we're going to be paying attention to carnivore, I guess. Anyway, go ahead, check her out. Jenny Mittich, Mittich, really cool. Anyway, uh-oh. Let's get into the book and hold on. All right, my beautiful university. If you don't know, I am a student at the University of British Columbia, even though I live in Alaska. All right, 10 pages. And while we're doing 10 pages, we are going to start with the 30 ouncer. All right. What the hell is that? Oh, that's my book. Wait, is that? Oh, no, that's me. All right, let's get into it. Talk to you in a bit. Time right now, 5:03. I took my, my Lipo 6. We are 30 ounces in, and we are now going to wait until 5:30 to get up out of here. We're on chapter 16. This is going to talk about scoring your week. Now, after you've made your weekly plan and your tactics for the week, you're going to want to score your week and how your week went. It is pass or fail, but it's not really pass or fail. And it doesn't want you to look at failing and in a way as a bad thing. It wants you to look at it as a way to learn how to do better the next week. So it's not really a fail. It's more of a learn how to do better. Like I say, the book does say accountability. It's not a bad thing. Accountability is about ownership. So it's about owning your fails and doing better. So there is no tongue lashings. There is nothing like that. And, I will implement a lot of these, when Stampede Landing Home goes on its own. But this is really cool. And I'm sure you really can't see me right now. I look like a DLC. No, an NPC, an NLG, Enron. Anyway, good morning, folks. It is day 16. We are waiting to get out of here. We're going to have a little bit of an early start today, 5:30. I don't mind it because it is summertime. Well, it's not actually summertime yet. It's late spring. We are coming up on summer. So I don't mind getting out just a little bit early on these days. But, if it was winter, we ain't going nowhere. We're going to sit our ass in this house for a while. But I'm going to continue reading a little bit longer, and then we'll get out of here. So I will probably talk to you on the trail. If you can see the peace sign. If you can't, I'm sorry. All right. Time right now, 7:28. We are a little bit over 7,500 steps, I believe. I don't know. I could be a little bit over. Okay. 75:10. And we're just taking a little bit of a break right now. Just looking up some stuff. There's something I really do want to talk about in a minute, but we're going to talk about it when we get home. I'm going to get about 10,000 steps now. And then my second workout, I'm going to help a friend with his yard. He's got some tulips. I'm going to probably post somewhere around here. and I want to help him get those blooming better. So I'm going to go throw some fertilizer, probably do a little bit more of a weed spray at his yard, and then that's going to be his second workout. So I'm going to try to get home around 9:30, so we could do that at 12:30 before it gets ungodly hot out. But anyway, just a couple more minutes rest, and I'm going to get back to working. This is the last lap. This is the last lap. We're going to go ahead, head home, get some rest, get some water in me. Probably lay down for about an hour or two. While I'm laying down, I'm going to go ahead and read the book a little bit more. Probably put some Sal or some Jeff Nippert up. Nah, you know, we're going to put up shea butter. We're going to put shea butter up. Ooh. Miss Thick Fine Peanut Butter is here. Miss Thickest Finest Scoop of Peanut Butter just pulled up. Let me stop that. Anyway, we're going to get home. I'm going to text my boy. I'm going to come down and fertilize his lilies. And I'm going to film a little bit of that. So I do want to talk to y'all when I get home. So talk to y'all then.
And it came time to start looking.
Before I get into my stitch, go follow Wolf Lodge. This dude is cool as hell. We follow each other. Very phenomenal story. Go follow him. I'll get into my stitch after this. One more thing. Don't be afraid of your score every week. If your score this week is a 45, make it to 65 next week. Never be afraid to grow. Even slow progress, slow growth is better than no growth. So don't worry about scoring out of the park every single week. As long as you get a 70 every single week, 70 is cool, but that's just barely passing. Strive for the best every single week. You're not going to knock it out the park every week, but as long as you make progress, you're fine. Get back with you later. All right, time right now is noon. So we're going to wait a little bit to go out. I got 2 ibuprofen. Oh, something I found out. I did a test. I have a 1 cup. I have an 8 ounce measuring cup. And just to be curious, I poured 4 of them in here, which is 32 ounces. This is marketed as a 30 ounce. This is actually 34 ounces. 32 usable, 34 if you fill it all the way to the brim, all the way up to the cap. So it's 32 ounces. So I thought it was 30. I'm drinking, so I'm well over the water for yesterday. Sorry about that. Tumbler, you might want to put this at 32. Like I say, it's 32, but it will start to bubble up around this area. If you put 34, the water's just going to shoot all over this thing. Kind of like, well, never mind. We're not going to talk about her.
Very good. So this is the standing so far.
Anyway, we're going to let these pills kind of kick in. And then we're going to go ahead down to my neighbor's house and get some fertilizing done. Let me just say this real quick. This thing stinks. And I started wearing it with nothing underneath, so I'm not sweating up an extra shirt. So I just wear it. Just this. This thing fucking stinks. But you know what? Smells like gains, baby. It smells like gains. But it needs to smell like gain, not gains. But anyway, I will get new ones. I don't know where I left my shea butter. I had shea butter hoodies. My UBC hoodies don't fit yet. We got a little bit more weight to lose. Like I said, 4X by graduation. And fingers crossed I can get into 495 and we can graduate next December at max. You know, and I get cleared off all this stuff. But fingers crossed, 4X 2026. We're shooting for it. As you see, this shirt is getting big. That's how much it's that's how much we got now. We got a lot to play with there. I'm happy. I'm excited. Again, finally, I'm not going to wait myself till Saturday. We did say we're going to tank up on the water to get the body water up. It said I wasn't that far off. I think I was at a 39, 38, 39, and you want to be at around a 47. So if this just pushes us to 45, then that means we're not far off with 170 ounces of water, which is what it says someone my size would need. But now that we're a little bit smaller, do we need who knows? We don't give a shit. We're going to go with this water, plain water. I might go get some electrolytes instead of making the salt and baking soda. And I do put a little bit of lemon juice in, but it goes into this overnight. So we're actually almost done with this. Anyway, actually, I need to get more of these, except for Stampede Landed Home, not Simplify Home Guide. And we're going to have to put Alaska, Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia. And if goes right, Yukon. We're going to expand into Yukon in 2027. Fingers crossed. Actually, we're going to expand into British Columbia 2026. Fingers crossed. Anyway, let me shut the fuck up and let these pills kick in. I'm going to give it about 30 to 45 minutes. I got the book done. The book is done. We are at now 148 ounces. I think we're a little bit higher, but we're not going to go back and retroact. We're going to just go with this one for it. 148 ounces. 2,308 calories, 12,787 steps, and of course we're still at 331 until Saturday, which hopefully on Saturday, we're at 329. Hopefully, if we're going off of 2 pounds a week, if we're going off of what past performance, I'm probably at like 190. Didn't I say I'm shutting the fuck up? Brandon, shut the fuck up. Okay, see y'all in a minute. Back into the book. This is now getting into areas of what not to do in your life, what not to think about doing things like this. Like, for example, thinking that certain things are complicated or unimportant. Like, for example, looking at things from week to week. What did you do differently this week that you didn't do last week? Or measuring where you are today versus where you were this time last week, week over week, month over month, year over year. You can't think it's too complicated. It's not complicated. And that's the way to know if you are behind or if you are getting ahead. And it makes you look at it and say what you can do differently. Another one is you don't schedule a block of time each week to assess your progress because you think you're too busy. You're never too busy. You are not busy. Okay? If you can sit on your phone and do this for hours at a time, you have time to take 15 minutes, all it takes, to look at what you're doing in life, and are you growing or are you staying the same? If you're staying the same, you're regressing. Even if you're moving at a ant's crawl, you are progressing. Doesn't matter. Another one that it talks about is you abandon the process if it's not going the way you want it to, because you don't want to confront the problem, or you don't want to analyze and fix the situation. This happens more than we. Why is there here? Jesus Christ. It happens. Okay? Like, things don't always go right. Like, you might step on the scale 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row, and instead of saying something like, okay, let's break down what I'm doing. Am I going hard enough with the workouts? Am I eating the wrong things? Am I just retaining enough instead of finding out what the problem is, you just say, well, not meant to be, walk away. Stuff like that is what keep us stuck. It's mindsets like that keeps us stuck. And the biggest one I took away from this is don't be afraid to confront what the numbers are telling you. And that pretty much is a thing. Sometimes we get a little scared to look at that number and say, how do I fix this? How do I progress? Like I said, if the number on the scale has stayed the same for 3 weeks, are we adding muscle or are we adding fat? Are we really doing as much as we say we're doing? It's like, for example, when you write down what you ate that day, did you really write down what you ate that day, or did you write down something that made you feel good? Like last night, I had a half cup of macaroni shells. Did I really have a half cup, or did I have a 3/4 cup? I put down 3/4 cup. Did I really have 3 brownies, or did I have a 4th brownie? I had 4. But if you're scared to confront the numbers and see this is why we're not progressing, then you're never going to progress in anywhere in life. You got to be honest with yourself. Anyway, going to get more into this book because I got a few more pages left to go, and I'll update you when I'm done with that. By the time right now is 9:21. Second workout will be at about 12:30. I already let my neighbor know I'm coming down to help him out a little bit later. He's like, you don't have to do that. I told him, boy, shut the fuck up. I'll do what I want. Anyway, I had to get a little gangster this morning because I don't feel gangster sometimes, but we gangster today, motherfucker. I'll be back. Here they go right here. As you can see, this one's starting to come up. That one is good. We sprayed those weeds. This one's dead. All of these are ready. I don't know if these are tiger lilies or regular lilies, but we're going to hit these with some ringer and water them. But as you can see, those are beautiful. Cool. Just a small little bit. So that neighbor asked me to wait until they're home through sometime this week because they really want to learn and they want me to teach them what I know. Now, granted, I've only took a few classes on horticulture, agriculture, stuff like that. So I'm not really an expert, but where I can impart knowledge is where we're going to impart knowledge. And this is the fucked up thing I'm tired of. Why is it when I'm standing up walking outside, I look like I'm getting slimmer, but when I'm sitting in that chair, I look like I deserve to be on my 700-pound life? You know what, Motorola? Fuck you and your goddamn... Okay, never mind. Anyway, where I can impart some knowledge, we're going to impart knowledge. So I'm going to wait for him to be home. He said he'll text me when he gets home, or he won't be home till later on this week. But when he gets home, I'll teach him. No problem. Cool shit. Anyway, so we're walking. I got out here about 12:30. We're going to walk until about maybe 1:30 or 2 o'clock. Get home, get some more water. And by that time, it'd be a little bit time to think about food. So I'll get back to you when that time comes. But until then, ain't it a pretty day outside? Hope I don't run no fucking coyote or foxes, because I ain't running. And if they could climb one of these trees, I'm fucked. But check out my tan. Check out that tan. Anyway, let me get on this walk. I'll get back to you. We're sitting down because my knee started to bother me a little bit. But we're going to take probably about a 10-minute break, and then we'll get back to the walk. Just a part of life. You know what? Like I say, I'm the wrong side of 40. And being the wrong side of 40, things happen. You just got to get used to it. Jesus Christ, why is there a difference when I'm holding it like this versus like this? Like, fuck. But, it's just a part of life. You can't do anything about it. And it's better to do something right now while you can at least slow it than to keep letting it get bad. So when I was, it's funny how when I was like 470, I could still do all this walking and everything, and it didn't bother me as much. But now that I'm getting lighter, but I guess it's also because I'm getting older and I do so much walking that these problems is gonna keep recurring. But you know what? Here's the thing. It's a beautiful day still. We're sitting under this tree that somebody planted. I don't know who planted it, but thank you. You're the real MVP. I'm waiting on the mail lady because I hope she comes, And by the way, I don't know what her name is. Miss Redhead, Miss Red Hair, mail lady. You are the MVP for being able to deliver packages while dragging that wagon. You are the MVP, for real. No, but if you see this, please say hi when you see me walking, because I'm not going to say nothing to you. You out here delivering packages and doing all that walking and stuff. I need to get a job at the post office, because y'all stay in shape. Y'all really do. Even with that wagon. You dope. Time right now, 1400 on the dot. And where we are is, looks like 18,000 steps.
So I'm just doing this so that I can
nope. 19,796, 3,098 calories burned, and 180 ounces of water. That was a walk. That was a hell of a walk.
So if you've watched my recent videos, I told you that I have stopped hip thrusting.
That person is Shea Butter in the background. Go follow her.
I don't really know why. I think it could be an asthma issue, but anyways. So I just took a break. So now I've started incorporating it slowly. So now
all right. So we got 2 hours before feeding time. Yay! But we're going to do something. I have no clue what I'm going to do. I was really looking forward to gardening today, but apparently we're not gardening because neighbor wants to be home for that. So what we're going to do is, I guess we're going to watch some Shea Butter. Well, first we're going to take a shower. I need to get out of this. We're going to take a shower. Then watch some Shea Butter. Probably read a little bit. I got another book I need to read on Frank Lloyd Wright. If you don't know who Frank Lloyd Wright is, how dare you? One of the greatest architects of all time. But I'm gonna take a shower, and then we'll. Jesus Christ! Let me get a shower. I don't know who needs to hear this, but please go follow Shea Butter. She is dope. I mean, this is so. Fun fact. This is usually what I'll watch going to bed. Either Shea Butter, Will Tennyson, or Jeff Nippert. And somehow I always end up with Sam Sulik when I wake up. Always driving, talking about something. And I'll always wake up and say, dude, put your hands on the wheel and pay attention to the road. But go follow Shea Butter. I'm going to leave her channel so y'all can go follow her. But y'all see the motivation she gives for us to do better. Go follow her. Get her to 25,000. Get her to 25,000 subscribers now. Or else I'm going to take my shirt off. Y'all want to see me without a shirt on? Go follow her. if you don't want to see that.
Okay.
If you do want to see that, you're gross.
I'm winded. I
Anyway,
can't even wear my headphones.
go follow Shea Butter. I lied. I'm actually at 20,568 steps. I hate my phone, but I got my stuff in my hand to go do laundry. What the fuck? To take a shower. I might want to take I might want to take a nap first, okay? Because the way I'm feeling right now, it's funny because I have all this energy, but I still want to take a nap. But I have all this energy. Getting old sucks. Alright, so time right now is 4:09. And as always, 9 minutes and 51 seconds over. We're gonna wait. We'll wait a little bit. 8, 9, 10 minutes. There. 20 hours, 10 minutes. What we have here is half cup of brown rice, no butter, no oil, whatever fat comes out the chicken as I microwave it is what's in there, flavoring it. And we got a quarter cup of carrots. So half cup of rice, quarter cup of carrots, chicken, and we got my lemon water, which is a teaspoon of lemon juice, and a little bit of table salt. Sorry, quarter teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of lemon juice, and 24 ounces of water. Of course, we're done with the water for the day. We don't have to worry about that anymore. We're well over. I think we're at like 204. Let me see. I'm watching Shea Butter, by the way, if you wonder what the noise is behind me. Yeah, we're at 204 ounces of water. So we're all done with the 75 hard water, and we're well past the 170.
Today is Saturday.
So, gonna watch some Shea Butter, eat this, and I'll talk to you either second serving or whatever I do next. I'll talk to you.
Rapidly gain weight as a baby.
Done.
So it is designed.
Done. That was good.
Like it's a high fat content.
Watching Laura
It's
Spath.
designed to have babies drink
She
it
has a really cool channel.
And so if you're trying
I'll
to
go ahead and link that as well, but
insulin resistance,
go ahead
I would
and check
really
her out
recommend
as well.
drinking
I'll
cottage
well, I don't know if I'll
cheese,
link it or I'll
dairy,
just
and
put
any
it
of
on
those
there.
types of, like,
But check her out.
large.
There we have cucumber, shiso, cucumber, daikon, and plum.
All right,
And
so
this is what the
time
recipe
is
looks like. So
6:04,
I haven't figured out how to make it because I can't really
and we're gonna wrap
see
this
any
video up.
instructions
I
on the market,
have
but I must say,
a serving and a half of more of that sausage with mustard on top. Don't worry, that's mustard. And one
is apparently very slimy in texture and salty, so nothing
brownie with a half tablespoon of peanut butter. Actually, we're gonna call it 1 tablespoon. We're gonna call it 1 tablespoon because I keep forgetting. You can have a tablespoon and it doesn't really affect you.
Well, that mustard hit me hard, so the spicy. Ooh, definitely an acquired taste that I haven't quite yet acquired. But I can see myself acquiring it one day. It's certainly not terrible. It's not bad.
Anyway. Oh, by the way, we're at 260.
What should you eat before?
So
during,
we
and
might
after your
really.
workout to maximize muscle
We're gonna
growth
set
and body
PR.
composition?
I think
This
the
question
PR
refers
for
to
water
what's
is
called
264
pairing
that I've
workout nutrition,
recorded.
which just means the timing of nutrients.
That I've
during the
recorded.
workout.
I used to stop
We
at
start by saying,
128.
"I will
Now we
use
just go with
daily
whatever I'm
results." In this
drinking
video,
today.
It's important that we start with what the science actually says about this question in the first place. Why does peri-workout nutrition matter at all?
Well, in a now infamous paper titled Nutrient Training Revisited, Aragon and
Day
co-authors,
16
quote,
in the
challenged
books.
classic view of post-exercise nutritional intake with respect
Feel
to
good
an
today.
average. Many
Feel
science
great.
lovers took this same paper to be the nail in the coffin.
Book is
The
good.
Rose, now
The
outdated
workouts are
animal
good, though I
concept.
am getting a little
Apparently,
bored. I
nutrient
would
training
like to
didn't
do.
matter
I
after all.
would like to go to the gym.
Well, it
I
turns
really
out
would.
many of the science guys may have jumped to conclusions
Unfortunately,
a little too
the whole
quickly.
gym thing is going to
Even
have
in
to
this
wait
paper,
until
authors
I'm
suggest
cleared.
that pre- and post-exercise meals
Hopefully,
should be
Gymshark
separated by
66,
at
I
least 3
am
to 4
cleared and I
hours,
can
maybe 5
go to the
6
gym
hours if you
3
want a
times a
large
week if I
pre-workout
want to.
meal. Let's just
But until
make it
then,
middle.
you know
Say
what? The
4 to
walks
5
are
hours between pre- and
doing it.
post-workout meals
You know,
is a
gardening is
true
doing
size
it.
science-based anabolic window.
So we're going to keep on with that.
Definitely matters.
The food
It
is
matters
great.
more
I
for
love the
some
food.
than it does
You
for
know,
others.
something I'm
Important
thinking
for
of
leaders
doing
because you have a lower
is
nutrient
tapering,
profile. It's more important
doing
for
like I'm doing
total
right now,
calories
where
because you're at a
we
higher
put the
risk of muscle
carbs
loss.
at the
It's
beginning
more
meal,
important for those who do
and
higher
we'll
volume
save the
bodybuilding
protein
style training,
for
which
the
includes
second
more
meal.
nutrients
Just,
than lower
well,
volume
no,
powerlifting.
we're going to do
Now, before we hop
carbs
into the
and protein
specifics,
in the
there's a
first
future
one,
video that I'm
and this one
creating
right here is
that I want you
just
guys help with. So if you go to jeffnipper.com
of course, protein, fat,
/muscle-IQ,
and mustard. That way, no carbs. But of course, we do have this as a carb. And another thing is, we're gonna start looking for ways to make brownies on our own. No more of this. Like I said, you can have whatever you want as long as you make it at home. So no crumble cookie, no Dunkin' Donuts. But if you make it at home and you can find a way to make it healthier, yeah, you can make it. And even though, like I say, this doesn't have any oil in it, I still want to find something for myself that is a lot healthier. So that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start looking up recipes for brownies, cookies that are keto or paleo or Boodio, whatever. Bootios.
Primarily via protein.
You know, so, and once again, I'm not keto, I'm not Atkins, I'm just low carb, aka under 120. Well, technically it's 150, but I try to stay under 120. Even though, if you really want to know how many I need to carb all the way up, it would be about 900 grams of carbs.
0 to 20 grams of fat.
I would never make it on that day. I really wouldn't. So, you know, we're going to look for, and we are going to look for other forms of carbs, like maybe sweet potato. I love sweet potato. Like, as long as we don't go over a certain amount, we're fine. Fats, we're going to switch fats and carbs. So it's going to go, I think I only need about 65 grams of fats a day. So we're going to go from protein, carbs, and fats. So as long as I'm hitting all three, we'll be fine. I thought it was but you don't need a whole lot, because too many fats, you will be running to that toilet with a brown alert running down your leg. I don't want that. Yeah, we ain't done that since we were like 2-3 years old. We ain't doing that again. Anyway, day 16, we're done. 17 is tomorrow. It's going to be a good day. I don't know what the weather's going to be like just yet, but it's supposed to be pretty nice again. So we're going to get out early. We might do some grocery shopping tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. We have 2 of those chicken quarters left, and we got 2 more of these left. So yay. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you to my community and my tribe, all 5 of you. I probably picked up 1 person by this point. I am learning how to add certain things in here, like whatever. But anyway, see you tomorrow. Sleep tight.